Before I start, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Also, peace and blessings to the hopefully elect, the Akim and the Akwat, diligently laboring in His truth. So, just back with a few things in the news I want to touch on real quick. I won't make this lesson long, but we'll start here. Klaus Schwab, which is the head of the World Economic Forum, admits Agenda 2030 is failing as millions rise up against the NWO. Now, of course, we already know this is prophecy. You know, the Lord set a bounds that this man Esau would not be able to pass. So yeah, he's going to let Esau get to a certain point, but he's not going to be able to fully realize his enterprise. All right, the Most High is going to upset and disappoint this man. But what you have going on right now, the truth is out. The cat is out the bag. So people know what these elites got up their sleeve. They see what's going on. They see that this is turning into a cashless society. They know that the mainstream media is diverting the attention with distractions. They're pushing lies and propaganda upon the people to deceive. And that pretty much all that they've come to know in this world was founded upon lies. And who pushed those lies? Well, it's none other than the devil, which is Esau Edom. See, all devil means is to be a deceiver. And this man is the chief deceiver. He was set up to be the deceiver. So what you have now is you have many rebellions that are happening in America, in Europe, because like I said, the cat is out the bag. Millions are rising up against this agenda. The people's lives are being made a living hell because of the rule of a few and what they want. So people are at the point now where they're fed up. They don't want, they don't want to be a part of this NWO. Now they're calling for liberation. They're calling for freedom. And ultimately, this is going to lead to a civil war, seditions among men, as it is outlined in 2nd Ezra's, the 16th chapter. So we're in some very beautiful times right now because Satan's kingdom is divided. All right, you got Edomite against Edomite. You got the elites against the poor. And, this is all going to boil over. It's not going to be too much longer to where people are going to, just be quiet and just go along with this thing, man. Eventually there will be violence in the streets. People will stop going to work. People will stop paying taxes. People will rise up against the government with arms. These things are coming. The scriptures tell you about this. So the elite's agenda is not going to be fully realized. But they are trying, though. So let's check out a little bit of this video on Rumble. Kind of goes into it a little bit about the uprisings. You see here, I will not comply. No great reset. Sunshine. So you see this whole great reset agenda. It's all been exposed. And then who's been bringing this out since the very beginning? Well, the men of the Lord, the prophets, the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So let's watch a little bit of this video and we'll read a little bit of this article. Let's check it out.
2030 is at risk of failing, according to Klaus Schwab, who has warned his fellow elites that their globalization and depopulation agendas have been exposed and now must be wrapped up if they have any hope of succeeding.
For this reason, what we have seen in the elections in the United States, in the Brexit vote, this anger of people against globalization and against the elites. If you look what's happening in the United States.
You see, he said there's an anger against the people and against the elites. Now, why are the people against the elites? Because what the elites are doing, they understand that Joe Biden, he's just the guy they put out there, but he's not really the one with the power to put these things in place. It's really, he's taking orders from the elites, from the World Economic Forum, from the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, big names like that. That's who they getting their orders from. And he's the same one that said some years ago that we must prepare for an angrier world. So now that these things are being realized, because they never thought that they would be exposed for this. They just thought they would be able to creep behind the scenes and just implement these things little by little, because Esau works with gradualism. So he's not going to put everything on you at once. He's going to, gradually over time introduce certain things so that you get used to it. Then when he feels that it's that the people are warmed up to it enough, then he'll fully implement. But the Most High is throwing a monkey wrench in this man's plans. And this is why these elites are afraid now. You got the prophets speaking against this man, breaking down the society through the word. You got the people against this man now. Because really all of this is being done in wickedness. They put these things out there to make it seem like this is for the benefit of the people. This is the new wave that we should all get on, and we're striving towards a better world. But really, that's all BS. That's all nonsense, madness. Because what they want is to have complete control. They want to put a CHIP in your right hand on your forehead, track everywhere you go, have all the control over your money. They want you to own nothing and be happy to own nothing. They basically want to turn you into a slave. They want to keep you confined to 15-minute cities. They don't want you to own the actual vehicle. They want you to just use a ride share. They even got cars now that are self-driving, completely autonomous. No one's driving in the car, but yet it's just like Uber or Lyft. You can schedule to get picked up and nobody's inside the car, right? You can just tell the car wherever you want to go. Completely autonomous. So, and that's being done through the power of AI. So this world that they're creating, this great reset, like I said, Esau's only going to get but so far. But he's not going to fully implement this thing to where he going to have the world locked down like that. Because that ain't what the Most High wants. The Most High just wants this man to go through his little motion, and then things are going to come to an end abruptly. Let's continue.
Particularly, you have this anti-system movement. What we are seeing is a revolution against the system. It's dismantling the system.
And why do you think that is? See, these devils are got their heads so far up their ass, they can't even understand why people would be against this. Why do you think people are against the system? Why do you think people are voicing their frustrations and they're unhappy? Well, it's because y'all some damn devils. And you've been deceiving people all along. So now that the truth is being declared, now that your true intention and agenda is coming out, now you're surprised. So that just goes to show you that these devils, they don't really think they're doing nothing wrong. They actually believe that their evil schemes are actually a good thing for the planet, that it's a good thing for the people. That's actually what they believe. They you see, he can't wrap his mind around why people would be upset. He can't understand that. But see, the scriptures tell you that the heart that's lifted up in him is not upright. Esau, he has a very how do you say, like his mind, his way of thinking is warped. It's not normal. He has a reprobate mind. And you can see it here on full display. Why are you questioning why people would be upset? Why do you think people are angry? Here it is. You trying to make this society pretty much run by AI. You're taking away people's jobs. You're increasing inflation. You're sending migrants over the border, and you're spending millions of dollars on these wars. Biden is planning to send another $158 billion in this Ukraine-Russia war, but yet, and that's taxpayer money, by the way, but yet people here in America, they having to work two and 3 jobs just to see some kind of income, just to be somewhat comfortable. So yeah, why do you think people are against the system? This man's the devil. Let's continue.
System, and we see certain elements of this now in the new US administration.
So let's get into this article. It says, of course, Schwab tried to frame this as a positive development for the people of the world. In his psychopathic mind, we the people need to be ruled by the globalist elite for our own good. And he's got a plan for us that involves murdering the vast majority of the world population. It told you on them Georgia Guidestones to maintain humanity under 500 million. So there's about 8 billion people on the earth right now, right? So he's looking to knock off 7.5 billion. Now, how would you do that? How could you go about deleting 7.5 billion people off the earth? Well, you could do it by implementing Capri Suns. And for those of you in the know, you should know what I'm talking about when I say Capri Suns. You can implement that. You got the do, okay, direct energy weapons. You see, you can manufacture climate disasters, which we understand these things are all from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, but of course he's using the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, to bring these things about. We understand that. So this man is truly diabolical. All right, there's nothing good about what these elites want to do. There's nothing good about what they have planned. There's nothing benevolent about their very being. And you see, this is why they're going to be reserved. The elites, they're going to be reserved as the first fruits of slavery in the kingdom of heaven. This is why, because they don't have a conscience, man. All right, they don't have any kind of remorseful spirit. They're you know what I'm saying, their spirit is completely set to do evil. Continuing on, it says, where was I at? Okay, I was here. Murdering the vast majority of the world population, and for those who survive the mass extinction event, a grim future of eating bugs and crickets, banning meat and dairy, banning private cars in 15-minute cities that could be more accurately described as open-air prisons. Unfortunately for Schwab, the plan to lock up humanity by the year 2030 is not going to plan. The people of the world are slowly but surely waking up to the truth about his evil agenda, and Schwab is becoming increasingly terrified of being held to account, which is going to lead this man to do what? It's going to lead him to come down with that great wrath, as it says in Revelation 12. For the devil coming down with great wrath, for he know that he hath but a short time. And it also tells you in Job 18 and 11, let me read. It says, matter of fact, let me start at 10. It says, the snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side. Now, this man is dealing with many terrors right now. He's seeing the so-called UAPs or UFOs, whatever people want to call them. We know them as the chariots of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the angels, right? He got to worry about the kings of the east rising up against him. He's trying to go up in Taiwan. Now he got to worry about China retaliating. The most high performing judgment on the earth, strange signs in the heavens. This man is being plagued with dreams and visions. You see, terrors are making this man afraid on every side. Everywhere he looks is terror. That's why it says Schwab is becoming increasingly terrified of being held to account. The global elite are now acting like cornered rats, and it's our job to make sure they do not escape, and shall drive him to his feet. You see, so now this man is being driven really by fear. He's being driven by fear to his feet to take action, because he sees that his time is short. He must come down with that great wrath. It's in Job 18 in verse 12. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. Hey, so you know what that means? That means that this man don't have that much longer left. That means that his strength to rule is fading away quickly. And he's gonna be hunger bitten. See, he's gonna be wanting for that strength, for that wisdom, but it's failing him. All right. Esau's wisdom to rule is done. He ain't got it no more. See, Esau ain't got the wisdom to rule like he did back in the 16, 17, 1800s, 1900s. You see, this man through. Daniel 7 and 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High and shall wear out the saints. Is Esau not wearing out the saints? Now, you got some jakes out here, man, having to work three, 4 jobs. And hey, you just worn out. You just tired. Like, damn, Lord, how much longer do we have to suffer these damn devils? And shall wear out the saints of the Most High and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. So this man is speaking great words against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Esau came out and declared that he is God. Klaus Schwab, Noah Yuval Harari, the young global leaders, they say, hey, anyway, anyone that gets in our way of being gods, you're basically gonna be dealt with severely. You see? Verse 26, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. You see, so hey, ultimately the saints, the 12 tribes of Israel, all right, we're going to inherit the kingdom. All right, this man's kingdom is going to be taken down, which you're seeing it right now in the beginning stages. But ultimately, we're going to rule over the heathen. All right, okay, we are going to rule and beat Esau ass in the kingdom, man. That's what's coming. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, the Israelites, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. This is what's coming. But you see, you're seeing that being manifested right now. All right, this is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So these things are coming. And this is what the men of the Lord continue to bring out and demonstrate through these world events, is that this devil, he don't got that much more time left. Check this out. It says, the globalist elite are now more dangerous than ever. They are cornered rats, willing to do anything because they can see defeat on the horizon. You see? And all of those who called for a new world order are now running scared. What did it say in Job 18 and 11? Terrors shall make him afraid on every side. And I quoted Revelation 12 and I believe verse 11. The devil come down with great wrath, for he know that he had but a short time. The globalist elite are now more dangerous than ever, because you have to understand, all of what Esau is doing, this is a desperate attempt to gain back the birthright, which it was never his birthright to begin with. And then he sold the birthright. Esau sold the birthright for one morsel of meat. So he didn't care about the birthright. So Esau, you just a 2-time loser, bro. All right. You had your time to have your kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You had your nice little setup, but yo, it's time for you to go down, because your wickedness can no longer be suffered by the earth. All right. The Most High is now visiting your iniquity back upon you, and you're going to be destroyed. And of course, they're more dangerous now because he's desperate. You see, just like a person that's desperately hungry. You know how it is when you know you get hungry and there's no food in sight, and you see somebody got a cheeseburger. Now in a moment of desperation, you're willing to do anything to get that cheeseburger, even put someone to death. So this is the state that Esau is in. Okay, he's about to put a lot of people to death and implement very grievous and unrighteous decrees in the planet Earth, because to him this is his last ditch attempt. All right, it's like you got 1.5 left in the game, and you pulling up at half court, and you down by 2. Hey, you gonna have to take that 3. You gonna have to, you know, put it up from half court and just hope that it goes down. But see, for Esau, his shot gonna bounce right off the front of the rim. This man ain't gonna make it. All right. And matter of fact, Esau not even gonna get that close. He going straight air ball. You know. Klaus Schwab isn't the only globalist who was terrified the New World Order is failing. United Nations elites descended on New York City this week to attend the 2023 Sustainable Development Goals Summit and devise an urgent plan. Okay, that goes into the secret council of the wicked to save Agenda 2030, because according to UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, the deeply unpopular globalist plot is, quote, in peril. And of course it is, because people know what you're on now. You said this is what desperation looks like. Of course, they won't admit that the people of the world have woken up to their agenda. They will double down and continue with their plan, because as Proverbs 4:16 says, wicked doesn't sleep. It tells you, it's another scripture, I can't remember it right now, but it says that they sleep not lest they sleep not lest they cause some to fall. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Yeah, the scriptures say that the wicked don't sleep, and they can't get no sleep because they're in straits. You see, these devils are in straits, man. All right, so the jig is up. Everybody knows what they're on, and there's about to be a very big shift that's about to happen, man. Okay, towards the end of this year, going into 2024, things are gonna change drastically. Moving on here, this, all right. So this MOTB, they about to roll this thing out, and this goes into trying to salvage that 2030 agenda. They got to speed things up because they realize that their time is short. Whole Foods sparks boycott calls over requiring customers to scan QR code to enter. And I did a video last week when I had went to the Whole Foods, and I saw that they had the Amazon One palm reader out. It said pay with your palm. Now this is just a first, not a first, but another step that they're taking to implement this digital society. This is another step that they're taking to implement the MOT to the B. All right, so just to get up in the Whole Foods, you have to scan to enter. And eventually what it's going to be is you're going to have to scan your palm. All right, people are going to have to get the rice grain. They're going to have the Neuralink implant, Revelation 13:16, in your right hand or in your forehead. He's going to cause all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Everyone is going to be subject to this because this is going to be the new beast system. But the people are, as it said in the first article, people are not with it. People know what's going on. You have to scan to get in. It says Whole Foods Market's new store in Washington, D.C. has earned the ire of some shoppers not happy with technology that requires them to scan a QR code to enter. The supermarket opened the 21,500 square foot store at Glover Park location in February 2022 with a range of specialized features. And right now they're renovating a lot of these stores to be MOTB accessible. I noticed even around me, they're renovating a lot of these stores, man, because they understand that in a few months' time, this infrastructure has to be set up that people can be able to use this MOTB. So they're working on that right now. The new store includes gates at multiple points during the shopping experience, which requires a QR code to pass through. They are located at the entrance, at either end of the checkout, and at the exit. According to Newsweek, the system replicates those seen at Amazon Fresh stores around the country. Known as Amazon's Just Walk Out technology, it is one of the 2 Whole Foods stores to open in 2022 to feature the system. And the men of the Lord, starting with our elders and apostles, have been telling you about this thing for years, man. Okay, for decades. And it's finally here. As it says in Habakkuk, though it tarry, wait for it will surely come. Roughly paraphrasing. And these things are here right now. Let's check this out.
Very controversial new Whole Foods in Washington, D.C. You have to scan to check in. You have to scan to check out. You have to scan to leave the checkout. And then you have to scan to leave the store. That's cool.
So you got to check in to enter. You got to scan to pay for your stuff, and then you got to scan to leave. So you already know where this is going. People know where this is going, and this is why they're boycotting the store, because people don't want this. They understand that this is leading to the mark, the MOTB, okay, to where you're not gonna be able to function in society without the mark. But see, what the elites are going to do, they know that people are against this. Okay, you just saw that in the first article. So what they're going to do is they're going to come down with famines. All right, they're going to come down with wild weather. All right, they're going to come down with grievous and unrighteous decrees. Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness in which they prescribe. So they're going to come down with these things, and they're going to put the squeeze on people to where even though they don't want to get it, they're going to have to. Because there's going to be no other way that you can eat, no other way that you can put gas in your vehicle, no other way that you can travel. All of that. All that's going to be done unless you get down with the beast agenda. So really, they putting people right where they want them. You see, and as it said in the article, these elites are desperate. So they fixing to do anything to accomplish their NWO. So yeah, once there's no food, once this third world's woe pops off, and once all hell breaks loose in these streets, and they bring the solution of the rice grain, the chip, these people gonna take it because they don't have no faith. They say they're not gonna take it right now, but when they're faced with certain adversities, they all gonna get it. People already have it right now. So how much more so in the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble? It's gonna be even more profound. Moving on. These open borders. These open borders are a major problem. This is leading to the downfall, or I'm not even going to say leading to. This is exacerbating the fall of America, and it's all being brought on by the elites. This is all part of the 2030 agenda. Order out of chaos. So their plan is to let all these migrants in, which they're also paying for with taxpayer dollars, to bring them across the border, fly them in. You see? And when you consider the border situation, even though this is deliberate, this is how ancient Rome fell as well. They were invaded because you have foreign troops that are coming in through these borders as well. They're coming in through Mexico. They're coming in through Miami. And these borders are wide open. You can sail right up to America and just walk right in. Or you can fly right in. See, these borders are wide open, man. So they don't know who's up in here. Hey, look. You got UN troops up in here. You got Russian troops. You got Chinese troops. America is about to be invaded. All right. America is about to be invaded big time. Let's get into this.
that. He has not changed the policy at all. So this is the plan. The plan is to flood the country. You know, the old communist radicals, Cloward and Piven, talked about the most effective way to destroy the United States was to overwhelm her systems. And what better way to do it than to have a wide open border where you have millions of illegal immigrants coming into the country, bringing tsunamis of crime, drugs, disease, the massive strain on all of our resources.
Yeah, crime, drugs, disease, a strain on the resources, a strain on people's mental health. All of these things are being caused by what these elites are allowing. But this is what they want. This is part of that order out of chaos. So you cannot be ignorant of the devil's devices, all right? Because Esau, he's doing all kind of stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? Like Esau got so much going on that he forgets what he's doing sometimes. But it's very plain to see for those that have a spiritual lens to see these things. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? All these people coming over here, it's not good for America. And then when the purge happens, it's going to be even more. It's going to be even worse. Because you got to keep in mind, these people that are coming over, they don't care about America. They just looking for somewhere to escape, you know what I'm saying, whatever hell that they was catching back home. And they here to mess some stuff up.
Resources from medical care to education. This is the deliberate destruction of the country.
Yeah, and Lee, every politician just about who is affected by this problem, including very prominent Democrats like right here in New York City, Mayor Eric Adams, are saying the system is overwhelmed, to Monica's point. And New York, by the way, I mean, I have a hard time extending sympathy to New York as someone from Texas or anywhere along the southern border. But New York is now absorbing hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants.
So you heard that? Hundreds of thousands of immigrants are coming across the border. So, hey, America is ripe for the taking. This is Ezekiel chapter 38. And let me get verse 10. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages." Now, where is the land of unwalled villages? It's speaking about America, Babylon the Great. Because like I said, you can fly right in, you can sail right in, you can even walk right in. Ain't nobody going to check you. Biden has actually opened up the borders. So there's free passage through these borders right now. That's why they say that hundreds of thousands of immigrants are coming across these borders. And they don't have this in the mainstream media, but they're also coming down from Canada as well. And they're being paid for by the U.S. government with American taxpayer dollars. Unwalled villages, I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates. You see, so hey, these people, these Americans, they're uneasy because they know that there's really no protection. If you want to get into these big cities, what gate or checkpoint do you have to go through? Nothing. You can just ride right in. You see? Fly right in. To take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land. So America, Babylon the Great is finished. All right. The leaders that preside over this place, they have no wisdom. But ultimately, they are fulfilling the will of the Lord, because this is what the Lord wants them to do. All right, the Lord is taking down the kingdom of Esau by his own hand. All right, he's using the wicked to destroy his own kingdom. You see, so as it is written, it is a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So I'm going to go ahead and end this lesson right here. Hopefully it was edifying through the Rakah Kedash, call halal, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kedash. And until next time, shalom unto the elect.